you drew it up before the game, right?
Yeah. No, it was a war. It was a war. I think they knew that we had played yesterday, and obviously we played. This is our fourth game this week, and they had 3 in there spread out a little bit. So they came out real hard. I thought we were able to get through the first 5 minutes, which I figured they'd come hard, and then I thought we settled in and played pretty good in the first. Just couldn't, find the back of the net. It was a good pace. It was hard, and it wasn't a game for guys that are faint of heart. That's for sure.
You mentioned that. I mean, Legmont took the shot off the foot, comes back, scores the game-winning goal. I mean, does that sort of attest to the playoff atmosphere of this one?
Yeah, that's both teams played really well. I mean, Columbus played extremely well. I thought we played really well, and just you got to battle through things. Guys are blocking shots, getting hit, playing tired, all those type of things. There's a lot of emotion, as you saw at the end. So it's playoff hockey. It's great.
When a guy like Weber comes off the pen and comes out of the box in that situation, I mean, does he look for the puck first, or is he trying to get to the bench and get a forward out there? The play that led to the last goal.
Usually it all depends who has the puck. I mean, if it's in your end, obviously you want him to go to the middle of the box where he can become the center there, and he's probably the freshest guy. So if the guy's been out there, if it looks like we're get possession, then he can go on the offense. He stays in on the offense and sees if he can counter. Because there's a lot of goals. A lot of times, right at the end of a power play, the team comes, a guy gets out of the box. They don't really account for him, or they're trying to get off and change, getting their power play off, and the guy can get free. So it's all on the situation, and the player has to recognize it.
So the players all read that correctly.
Yeah.
Then in that instance.
Do you sort of feel like you can kind of exhale like a little bit now, just after?
Not really. I can exhale today, and we don't play tomorrow, so that'll be a good day. And then we have to go out after Edmonton. I mean, that's playoff hockey. I mean, it's both teams are paying the price. They've been playing extremely well. Their power play, I think, has got like 7 power play goals in the last 3 or 4 games here. They're going really well. They're not giving you much. They're playing solid defensively. So you have to really work to get your goals. Second efforts, it's power play. I mean, our power play stepped up really well. You got a real big goal for us, and then we built some momentum on it. We got kept things rolling, and we're able to capitalize again.
Their second goal, does that puck need to go up the wall every time, or was
it's all situational? I look at it again. It's all situational. Sometimes it's a bump to the dot, and that one, it probably on preference, I would have preferred that to go right up, hard up the wall, and let that be a little bit of a battle. Anytime you take you take a backhand up the middle of the ice. I mean, everybody's thinking it's going up the wall, unless you're doing a short little play to our forwards. Our forwards are anticipating it's going to the wall, and you can get into that battle there. He's got to keep it in, and he's got to make a play with it. So, I want that up the wall. I don't want that up backhand up the middle. I mean, that's a lot of things open up from that.
That gave them momentum, but you guys seem to...
Yeah, we got it back.
By the door.
Yeah, we got it back, and that's what we talk about. That's part of playoff hockey, is that momentum swings are going to be drastic at times, and you got to respond, and you got to be, you got to have some backbone, and you got to have some resolve, and we did. I thought, today we took a couple too many penalties, and had to kill off a 5-on-3. We had to, it was hard. I mean, I think the guys showed a lot of what their character is, because mentally it can be really hard. We've had some strange things happen to us this last week here, and some really hard games. And yesterday was a really tough game in terms of the battle level was real big. But we gave up we got a goal that was scored against us. That it's one of those 1 in a million type things that happened, and that really hurt, because the guys, we were playing really well at that point, up 2-1, and them, Dallas really getting nothing. You could tell that they were losing, I want to say, their resolve a little bit, you know, looking for something to happen so that they could build some momentum. Our bench was building a lot of momentum, and then they just, you know, threw it towards the net, and almost a dump play, and it bounced and took another bounce and ended up in our net, and they got a lot of momentum off that. So it was a good way to respond.
You mentioned those two or I guess some of the fluky plays in Dallas. Blum was on ice for a couple goals in that game. Nice to see him come back and score.
Yeah, Blummer's really, you know, he can see the lane. He just put the puck through the lane. He wasn't trying to overpower anybody. He was just trying to get it through. And you know, we've had lots of traffic lately, which is, you know, guys are, you know, putting their shoulder down and getting to the blue paint. And we haven't got to as many rebounds as we needed to in the last couple of games, but at the same time, you see in playoff hockey, it's going to be, you know, grinding it, going to the net, bodies flying around. If someone blocks a shot, you know, you know, maybe you can get a counter. That's playoff hockey. It's not going to be lots of room in the offensive zone or in the neutral zone, and it's going to be hard. It's a hard way to play because both teams are playing hard. They're playing detailed, and that's playoff hockey.
And there's two quick things. The decision to sit JP, what was behind that?
Well, I was just I was looking for a little more. These guys really are a team that really forces you to chip and run and you know, that type of thing. And I just felt I needed a little more, you know, bump in there. I needed a little more speed to get to those loose pucks and get some forechecks. So that was more than anything. JP's been, you know, really solid. I just felt I needed the speed up front to create things a little bit more.
And Anders, is he back for the rest of the year now, or what?
Yeah. That was a plan, was to get him some games. Where our games are all spread out, and they're all 4-point games. It seems that, you know, we're probably going to use Pex a lot, so that was the whole thought process.
Trial by fire for Jeffrey-On and Blum these last few games.
Yeah, it is. You know, yeah, they're in the playoff. If you ask them, they're loving it. I'm sure. At the same time, yeah, it's you know, they've been down in Milwaukee, and Blummer in particular has been there, you know, almost 2 years, a year and 3/4, and he's ready to take the next step. He's been very consistent, been a good player, and Boomer's a little older. He's not like a 19-year-old player coming out of junior. I mean, he's 3 or 4 years older than you know, Colin Wilson, for instance. So, you know, his time in Milwaukee is going to be a little shorter, and he spent 3/4 of the year there. Got off to a real slow start, and then I think he figured it out, and now hopefully he can take the next step.
16th consecutive win against Columbus at home. Is that just coincidence, or what is it about it?
It is. I wish I could answer that, because I would hide that secret, but I think it's just you know, the teams are very close, and the difference is that much, and maybe it's those people out there that give us that edge, and it's hard not to play hard in front of our fans. Our fans are always great.
Good. Thank you.